Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to game number 2 of the Babe Ruth Championship Series for 2019. And tonight from the Willett, Mike O'Donnell on camera, along with Mike Crowley, will be bringing you this game 2 action. And tonight, the White Sox take on the A's. The A's are currently leading the series 1-0. And we're just about ready for first pitch action here from the Willett. That's Timmy Grenham on the hill for the A's. And this will be number 8, the catcher, James Gamble, tonight for the White Sox. And he faces Timmy Grenham. And he takes a fastball up and inside. That one goes to the backstop. Again, it's James Gamble against Timmy Grenham. Count is 1-0. And that one's out to second base. It's picked up. And James Gamble is retired. So a nice start for Timmy Grenham, getting the first ground out. And James Gamble is retired 4-3 in the first inning. This will bring up the number 2 hitter for the White Sox, wearing number 1, and he's out at shortstop tonight. This is Miles Kidd. With 1 down in the White Sox first. Timmy Grenham delivers. He leaves that one a little high. And he looks, lines up, and delivers. That one is in there on the outside corner to Miles Kidd. So the count is 1-1 to the White Sox shortstop tonight. Beautiful night for baseball here at the Willett. And Miles Kidd swings through that one, so he's quickly behind 1-2. Tim Grenham delivers. And he gets the snaps off the breaking pitch in there. And he gets a strikeout, so there are 2 down in the White Sox first. This will bring up number 7, Justin Skeehill. He'll be the starting pitcher tonight for the White Sox. Yeah, it looked like that was a change that was left high, so the count is 1-0. To the White Sox pitcher tonight, number 7, Justin Skeehill. And that one is in there. So Tim Grenham evens the count at 1-1. Timmy Grenham doing a good job. He's been around the strike zone a lot here in the first inning. And that pitch is in the dirt, so the count is 3-1 to the White Sox pitcher, number 7, Justin Skeehill. That's hard into left center. That's going to kind of die out there in the tall grass, so they will limit number 7, Justin Skeehill, to a hard single to left field, so he's aboard. And this will bring up the cleanup hitter for the White Sox, wearing number 12, and he's at first base tonight, Michael Randall. And he'll bat against Timmy Grenham. Will work from the stretch with Justin Skeehill down at first. About a 2-step lead for Justin Skeehill. Because that's Zach Agonis at first base tonight for the A's, wearing number 11. To the set is Timmy Grenham, and he delivers. That one's low, and it's going to make it to the backstop. So nice opportunity for the White Sox here in the top of the first. Again, this is Babe Ruth Championship Series, game number 2 from the Willett on June 24, 2019. That one's going to drop in. Let's see if they hold up they do. So they hold up Justin Skeehill at third. So Michael Randall with a single to left field, and there are 2 aboard for the White Sox with 2 outs. This will bring up number 10, Mike Katruba. He's out in left field tonight for the White Sox.
Let's go. Discipline. Let's go. Don't load, Michael. Don't load. Hands up.
And he has a nice opportunity with the runners at the corners and 2 outs. Micah Truba swings through that one.
Back it over. Back two. All right, Michael, let's go. Hey, good jump, Fernando. You can score on the single. Let's go.
And you can hear that's
Let's go.
White Sox first base coach Pat Cavanaugh keeping his base runners on their toes. Timmy Grenham blazes that one in there, so Micah Truba is down 0-2
Michael, watch that spin.
with runners at second and third and the White Sox first. And a nice stop by the A's catcher. That's Sean Dittmeyer is the catcher tonight for the A's, and he's done a great job back there in the early going. Timmy throws a lot of breaking pitches, and they're definitely moving out there tonight, so Sean Dittmeyer is working hard. But he's done great here in the first inning. He's a warrior. Tells Mr. Hawley, no way I'm coming out. Right, Mike O'Donnell? He's a gamer. Zero chance of that happening, Coach. And that one is left a little bit high, so the count goes 1-2 to the White Sox left fielder, Micah Truba. And Timmy Grenham gets a big strikeout to end the White Sox first, so nothing across for the White Sox. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 batters come to the plate. They leave runners in second and third, but they do not get a run across in the White Sox first. I'm going to give you some facts about these two teams tonight. I had two great interviews with the coaches before tonight's game. And first I interviewed Coach Lighty about the year that the White Sox had. They were 13-1 on the season. After losing the first game, they won 13 in a row, very impressive. And they beat the A's twice the last weekend of the season. The White Sox, they're an older team. They have 6 15s, 4 14s, and 3 13s. He said, I asked Coach Lighty what he wanted to share with the viewers. He said they're a great group of kids. He said the improvement over the 3-year period has really been incredible. He said that they're definitely a big ball team. Look for them to hit the ball tonight. They're more of a big ball team than a small ball team, but he wanted to thank the players for all their excellent work. His coaches are Mikey Dolliner and Pat Cavanaugh, of course, two NHS baseball standouts. I enjoyed watching both of them play ball for the high school. Then on the other side for the Athletics, their coach is Mr. Hawley, George Hawley. And he said they had an excellent season. They were 10-4 in the season, and the season really came down to the last weekend of the season. Even though they are up, the A's are up 1-0, 1-0 here in this series. They lost twice to the White Sox the last weekend of the season, but they were both great games. One was 4-3 in favor of the White Sox, then the other one was 1-0 in favor of the White Sox. So it should be a dandy tonight. Interestingly enough, the A's are also a younger team. They have 5 13s, 4 14s, and 4 15s. So it should be a dandy tonight. You're watching bottom of the first action. So the A's come up to bat. And this is George Tolman. He's down at third base tonight for the A's, wearing number 6. And he's facing Justin Skehill. So 2-1 is the count in favor of George Tolman. Great hitter's count. Let's see if he can put the bat on it here in the A's first. And George, excellent job up there. Very patient hitter. Very disciplined hitter. Works the count to 3-1 in his favor. And Justin Skehill gets that one in there, so the count goes to full against George Tolman, who's down at third base tonight defensively for the A's. And he lifts that one foul. So again, George Tolman in the leadoff slot for the A's. Bats with a 3-2 count. And he lifts one to the left side. That should stay in the infield, and it does. That's Miles Kidd, who puts that away for the White So this will bring up Jack Cropper for the A's. He's the shortstop tonight. He bats against Justin Skihill. And that one is away. So 1-0 to the A's shortstop. And that one is in there. The count goes to 1-1.
Line drive somewhere, Jack.
Justin Skihill to the set. He delivers. And he's swinging a miss by Cropper.
Hey, protect the plate now. Short swing, protect.
So it's 1-2 is the count to the A's shortstop. And that one's lifted down the left field line. And a very nice catch is made out there by number 10, Mike Katruba, ranging far to his right. Nicely done out there, number 10, Mike Katruba. So Jack Cropper is retired on a long fly to left field. This brings up Sean Dittmeyer, the catcher.
One shot.
And Justin Skihill blazes that one on the outside corner. So Sean Dittmeyer is behind 0-1.
Hey, shot.
And Justin Skihill gets that one in there. So quickly he's up 0-2 to Sean Dittmeyer.
Play, come on.
Justin Skihill to the set. And he delivers. Leaves that one up high. So it's 1-2. Justin Skihill to the set. And he fires. And that one is hard out to second base, but it's fielded. And the throw out, Sean Dittmeyer. That was number 6, Joe Petrozelli, out at second base, who made the throw over to Michael Randall at first. And the A's are retired in the home half of the first inning. If you're scoring in that one at home, Dittmeyer was out 4-3. So nothing across for the A's in the home half of the first. And when the White Sox come up, it'll be Simon Jawha, Ethan Brownbill, and Joe Petrozelli. And we'll be right back.
Do you want to stay up to date with Norwood Community Media? Then subscribe to our weekly NCM newsletter. Every Friday, our promotions department publishes an online newsletter that highlights the work of NCM and the latest happenings. It includes the full episode of Norwood News, recent clips from NCM programs, behind-the-scenes photos, and so much more. NCM works hard to deliver a steady stream of Norwood content, and this newsletter is another way to stay connected to Norwood. To receive the newsletter, just visit www.norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Scroll to the bottom of the page, click the Sign Up for our newsletter button, and enter some basic information. You'll then be added to our newsletter mailing list. It's all here on Norwood Community Media, your home for all things Norwood.
All right, and we're back for our top of the second action. And again, the A's are coached by Mr. George Hawley. He also wanted to give a shout out to his assistants. His assistants are two fantastic former NHS baseball players, Steve Grenham and Beaver Barrett. So Mr. Hawley wanted to say thanks to his fantastic assistant coaches this year. So Timmy Grenham faces Simon Jawha. And Simon takes that first pitch high. And that one, it takes that one for a strike, so it's 1-1.
Open those hips, Simon.
Again, Simon is in center field tonight for those White Sox. And he hits one on the ground. That's cut off. And a nice play. That is out there, so that is Jack Cropper, the shortstop tonight for the A's. Did a good job of cutting that one off before it spent too much time on the high grass, but a nice hit as well by Simon Jawha, and he gets retired 6-3. So there's one out, and the White Sox second. So this brings up number 11, Ethan Brownbill. He's the third baseman tonight for the White Sox. First at bat. And that one's outside. So the count goes to 1-1. He takes that one up high. So good hitters count for the White Sox third baseman tonight. That one's in the dirt, so the count goes to 3-1.
Hey, he's got to come to you now, Brownie. Let's go. 3-1.
Timmy Grenham's done a good job of mixing in his breaking pitches. He has not been very predictable out there at all. And that one is foul to the right-hand side. That's a souvenir for a lucky fan, Mike O'Donnell. And the count is full. And Ethan Brownbill draws the walk, so he's aboard. So the White Sox have had 3 base runners on. They stranded a couple back in the first, but now they have their second hitter as aboard, Ethan Brownbill. Tim Grenham goes to the set, and he delivers. And he gets a strike against the, this is number 6, Joe Petrozelli. He's the second baseman. So he's down 0-1 to Timmy Grenham. And Joe Petrozelli lays off that high one, works the count to 1-1.
Move, get there, move. Get it, Joe, All right, good bit.
And they do a nice job of, they turned the double play, but the runner was safe at first.
All right, Joe, let's go.
So they get Ethan Brownbill at second base. And he's a raise 6-4.
Let's go, 5.
And Joe Petrozelli reaches, so he's on at first with 2 outs.
Move, go, Joe. You're up, Joe.
And this is number 5, Jordan Woodley.
What do you got, kid?
He's the right fielder tonight for the White Sox. His first time up. Number 5, Jordan Woodley.
Hold on, 5. Contact out of you, 5. What do you got?
So Joe Petrozelli goes down to second base.
Hey, good hack.
And Jordan Woodley swings through that one.
Good hack, 5. Gotta see it. Hey, good secondary, Joe. You don't want to be. Get off. Head in there, Jordan. Head in there.
2 strikes is the count to the right fielder tonight for the White Sox, Jordan Woodley. And a little nubber down the first baseline, and Zach Agonis picks it up and tags the runner to retire him. So if you're scoring that one home, that's 3-U is the scoring, 3 unassisted. So for nothing across for the White Sox, we have played 1.5 here from the Willett, and no score. We'll be right back. All right, we're back, everyone. So you're watching bottom of the second action. Again, this is game number 2 of the Babe Ruth Championship Series 2019 from the Willett. And Zach Agonis drives that one to left, and another great catch by Mike Katruba ranging to his right. And he takes probably at least a double away from a fellow NHS student. So nice job out, nice rip by Zach Agonis. And a nice play out there on a ball that was tailing away from him by Mike Katruba. If you're scoring that, that's a L-7. That's a hard liner. This brings up the pitcher, Timmy Grenham, and he bounces one to short. And Miles Kidd throws out Timmy Grenham at first. This will bring up Ryan Keneally, and he's in center field tonight wearing number 12.
Yeah, what happened to our 2 up?
Justin Skehill delivers. And that one goes to the backstop. So quickly, there are 2 outs in the A's second. No score from the Willett. And this is number 12, Ryan Keneally. He takes the fastball in there. So the count goes to 1-1. This is first time at bat. He's the 6th hitter tonight for the Athletics. And a bounding ball to short. Miles Kidd up with it. Long throw across the diamond. And some good wheels by number 12, Ryan Keneally, gets the infield hit. Nothing Miles Kidd could do about that one. That was just a slow grounder. So it's an infield hit for Ryan Keneally, and he's aboard. This will bring up Sean Collins. He's the right fielder. So this is Sean Collins, the right fielder tonight. He steps in against Justin Skehill, who delivers. And that one is in there. So 0-1 is the count to Sean Collins. And he hits one on the ground to short. And looks like the infield defense was more towards center field. So Sean Collins has an infield hit. So the A's have something going with 2 outs, 2 runners on board and 2 outs. This will bring up Axel Ekberg. He's the left fielder tonight for the A's. Nice opportunity for the A's. So 2-0 is the count. And Justin Skehill has not been behind 2 batters at all tonight. He's really commanded the strike zone like he does right there. So he gets that one in there brings the count to 2-1. He's working quickly out there. Leaves that one just a little high. So the count is 3-1 to Axel Ekberg. He's the left fielder tonight for the A's. He bats with a runner in scoring position and a 3-1 count. Swings through that one. Paul Sheehan on deck for the A's. And Justin Skehill reaching back for a little extra mustard on that one. He blows that one past Sean Ekberg. And he does what good pitchers will do. They reach back for that something extra, and they get the big strikeout with runners on base. So we played 2 here at the Willett, and this is game number 2 of the Babe Ruth Championship Series 2019 on June 24th. And it's 0-0 through 2 innings. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Chief Bill Brooks of the Norwood Police Department. The men and women of the Norwood PD are committed to protecting you and to providing you with top quality service. We're busy. Norwood is a nice town, but in any given 24-hour cycle, we handle anywhere from 65 to 90 radio calls and officer-initiated events. We patrol the town's 10 square miles, including over 100 miles of roadways. Our traffic enforcement focuses on places where crashes have occurred, neighborhoods where residents have reported chronic violations, and offenses that impact crashes, like speed, texting, running stop signs and red lights, and failing to yield to pedestrians. When we're not tied up on calls, we work hard to build relationships with members of the community. So you'll see our officers out walking footbeats, checking in with merchants, and stopping at sporting events to chat with kids. We believe that every resident should know, or at least feel like they know, a member of our department. So if you see us, stop and say hello. We'd love to chat with you. On behalf of the men and women of the Norwood Police Department, it's our pleasure to serve you.
All right, and we're back with top of the third action. Again, this is game number 2 of the Babe Ruth Championship Series for 2019. Mike O'Donnell and Mike Crowley bringing you the action from the Willett tonight. No score through 2 innings. It's top of the order for the White Sox here in the top of the third. And that's James Gamble. He grounded out to second base back in the first. He's the catcher for tonight. He wears number 8. And he fouls that one off from Timmy Grenham. Timmy Grenham has done a great job of getting the White Sox to hit the ball on the ground tonight. And James Gamble is out ahead of Timmy Grenham 2-1. And again, you're watching top of the third action, June 24, 2019 from the Willett. That one is up high. So James Gamble works the count to 3-1 to Timmy Grenham. Timmy Grenham gets that one in there. So the count is full to the leadoff hitter for the White Sox, James Gamble. And Timmy Grenham does a great job of showing him that breaking pitch, and he gets the strikeout against James Gamble. Want to give a special shout out to James Gamble. His Norwood High School Engineering Technology Olympics team, they set an all-time school record this year. Their Technology Olympics rover using only 18 milliwatts of power, completing the 1-mile course, so kudos to James Gamble and his team. His teammates were Chris Ballon and Stefan Petitholm. So this is number 1, Miles Kidd. He bats for the second time tonight here in the third inning. He was retired on strikes back in the first. He faces Tim Grenham for the second time. Tim Grenham not scared to use that breaking pitch. So 1-1 is the count to the White Sox shortstop, Miles Kidd. And that one is in at the letters, so count goes to 1-2.
Ready for it, Miles.
And that one is low, so the count goes to 2-2. Timmy Grenham, very difficult to bat against because he doesn't alter his delivery at all for any of his pitches. They all look the same coming out of his hand, so he's tough out there. So the count is full to the White Sox shortstop, Miles Kidd. He bats here in the top of the third with 1 out. Beautiful night for baseball from the Willett. Miles Kidd hits that one on the ground. Nice pickup at third base. Strong throw across the diamond. And Miles Kidd is retired 5-3. And that's George Tolman, who made the nice play down there at third base for the A's. So this brings up the pitcher, Justin Skehill. He had a hard single to left field back in the first. And then they stranded him at second base. So Tim Grenham gets ahead of him. 0-1 on the breaking pitch. Let's see if he comes back with the hard stuff right here. And he does. It's just away. So 1-1 is the count. Timmy Grenham against Justin Skehill. And Justin Skehill a little bit out in front of that one. So the count goes to 1-2.
Come my way.
And Timmy Grenham using that breaking pitch to his advantage gets another big strikeout. That overhand curveball is tough, Mike O'Donnell. So we played 2.5 here at the Willett, and this is game number 2 of the 2019 Babe Ruth Championship Series. No score. We'll be right back. Okay, and we're back for bottom of the third action from the Willett. June 24, 2019. This is game number 2 of the Babe Ruth Championship Series. This is number 1, Paul Sheehan. He works against Justin Skehill. Paul Sheehan is out at second base tonight defensively for the A's. He bats for the first time here in the third inning. He's down 0-2 to Justin Skehill. He takes a 0-2 pitch high. So the count goes to 1-2 in favor of Justin Skehill. He fouls down the left-hand side. Beautiful night for baseball here from the Willett, June 24, 2019. Paul Sheehan doing a good job of standing in there against Justin Skihill. Fouled off that fastball. And Justin Skihill gets that outside corner, so Paul Sheehan is retired on strikes. So that's the second strikeout on the afternoon for Justin Skihill. This brings up the top of the order, number 6, George Tolman. And he flied out to the shortstop back in the first inning. So he faces Justin Skihill for the second time. And he lifts one, and that one's going to drop to center field. So George Tolman is aboard. This will bring up Jack Cropper. He flied out to left field back in the first inning. So George Tolman aboard down at first. Getting some signs from Coach Hawley. About a 2-step lead off of first base. And this is Jack Cropper, the shortstop for the A's tonight. Justin Skihill. They got George Tolman leaning. So George Tolman is retired. So Jack Cropper stands in against Justin Skihill. Looks like they had George Tolman leaning just a little bit to second base. Justin Skihill very alert. Threw over to first. So this is Jack Cropper, and again he's the shortstop tonight for the A's. That one is up high. Justin Skihill for the first time showing just signs of just a little bit of fatigue, leaving some balls up in the zone. That one is in there. So the count is 3-1 to the A's shortstop. He flied out to left field back in the first. And he takes that one at the letters. So Justin Skihill doing a good job of battling back with the fastball. Runs the count full to the A's shortstop with 1 out in the Athletics third. That's well hit into the gap in right center. Nobody's going to get that one. That may roll to the ball. Jack Cropper is going to go in standing up at second base with a nice double to right center. So that's absolutely one of the top 2 hottest balls we've seen hit on the evening. This will bring up number 10, Sean Dittmeyer. He's the catcher. He grounded out to second base back in the first. A's have a nice opportunity here with 1 out in the bottom of the third. And Justin Skihill blazes that one in there against the A's catcher. Jack Cropper with a 4-step lead off of second base. And Sean Dittmeyer swung through that one. So he's down 0-2. Justin Skihill just rearing back and firing now. So the set, and he delivers. He leaves that one high. So the count is 1-2. They were trying to get Sean Dittmeyer to chase. Not happening on that one. So he bats with a 1-2 count. Jack Cropper with a good lead off second base. If they can bleed one through here, they might be in business. And he dropped down on that one, did Justin Skihill. So that one is away. So the count is 2-2. And they get Sean Dittmeyer. So he's retired on strikes. And the A's are retired in the third inning. So we've played 3 here at the Willett. No score through 3 innings, and we'll be right back.
Stop by the Norwood Morrill Memorial Library and check out magazines, newspapers, DVDs, and of course, books. The library also offers a variety of services, including passport renewal, a notary, and tutoring, with multiple different meeting rooms which can be booked for your convenience. Take advantage of online digital resources and get assistance with all of your research needs. Kids can enjoy the children's room stocked with books and toys. There are also a variety of programs for children and adults. And if you can't make it into the library can come to you with home delivery. The library is open Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and on Fridays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. To learn more, go to www.norwoodlibrary.org.
All right, and we're back for a top of the fourth action. This is game number 2 of the 2019 Babe Ruth Championship Series. You're watching it from the Willett. I'm Mike O'Donnell on the camera, along with Mike Crowley, bringing you all the action tonight. So it's going to be 4-5-6 for the White Sox as they bat in the top half of the fourth. This is their number 4 hitter, Michael Randall. He had a hard single to left field back in the first, so he's 1 for 1 on the night. And he lifts that one foul to the right-hand side. So he faces Timmy Grenham for the second time tonight. And Timmy Grenham delivers. That one is up high in the zone. And Michael Randall does a good job of laying off that one, and he's ahead in the count. 3 balls, 1 strike. He's the leadoff hitter for the White Sox here in the fourth. Swings through that one, so the count is full at 3-2. Again, Timmy Grenham has done a good job of using that 4-seamer for strikes tonight. Timmy Grenham logs another strikeout. So this will bring up the number 5 hitter for the White Sox, number 10, Micah Trouba. He's had a couple fantastic catches out in left field tonight for the White Sox. He'll face his NHS teammate, NHS classmate, Timmy Grenham. Nothing better than that, Mike O'Donnell, when 2 freshmen, NHS freshmen in the same class face each other, right? Bragging rights for 40 years, right, Mike? The count is 1-1 to Mike Trouba. So he faces Timmy Grenham for the second time. And he lifts one on the ground to the right-hand side. And he is retired. Micah Trouba is retired 4-3. That's Paul Sheehan wearing number 1 for the A's, who had that nice play out at second base. And he retires Micah Trouba. So this brings up Simon Jaha. He grounded out to shortstop back in the second. He bats for the second time here in the fourth inning. He takes one outside. So again, this is number 9, Simon Jaha. He's in center field tonight for the White Sox. And he hits a gapper. That one is going to make the wall on a couple hops. Simon is around first, and he's going to go into second standing up. Nice hit by Simon Jaha. That had 2 bases on it right off the bat. So this will bring up number 11, Ethan Brownville. He's the third baseman tonight for the White Sox. So Tim Grenham looks in, comes to the set, and he delivers. That one is foul back.
Keep that back from planet 11. Let's go, Stick. Hey, good jump, Simon. Good jump. Let's go.
So an opportunity for the White Sox with Simon Jawhar down at second base with 2 outs. That one is in the dirt. So 2-1 is the count to Ethan Brownbill. He's the third baseman tonight for the White Sox. And he takes that strike, so the count goes to 2-2 to the White Sox third baseman, number 11, Ethan Brownbill. He walked back in the second inning. He was forced out at second. And that gets a piece of him. So he's hit by the pitch, and he'll be on at first. This will bring up number 6, Joe Petrozelli, the second baseman.
Come on, Matty. What you got, kid? Come on, Matty. Stay hot, kid. Let's go. Head in there, Matty. Head in there.
So 2 outs for the White Sox with runners at second and first. Timmy Grenham gets that first one in there.
Let's go, Matty. Staying in. Let's go. Watch that spin.
So this is a pinch hitter. This is number 4, Mike Began. And he takes that one low. This is number 4, Mike Began, a pinch hitter. He's batting for number 6, Joe Petrozelli. And he swings through that one. So Tim Grenham gets a big strikeout to end the White Sox threat in the top of the fourth. So we have played 3.5 from the Willett with no score. We'll be right back.
Do you want to stay up to date with Nord Community Media? Then subscribe to our weekly NCM newsletter. Every Friday, our promotions department publishes an online newsletter that highlights the work of NCM and the latest happenings. It includes the full episode of Norwood News, recent clips from NCM programs, behind-the-scenes photos, and so much more. NCM works hard to deliver a steady stream of Norwood content, and this newsletter is another way to stay connected to Norwood. To receive the newsletter, just visit www.norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Scroll to the bottom of the page, click the Sign Up for Our Newsletter button, and enter some basic information. You'll then be added to our newsletter mailing list. It's all here on Norwood Community Media, your home for all things Norwood.
All right, and we're back for bottom of the fourth action here from the Willett. June 24, 2019, you're watching game number 2 of the Babe Ruth Championship Series. Mike O'Donnell on camera, along with Mike Crowley, bringing you all the action. We're currently knotted at 0, and this is the number 4 hitter for the A's. Number 11, Zach Agonis, the first baseman, steps in against Justin Skehill. Zach Agonis hit an absolute rocket to left field back in the second inning. Mike Katruba did a great job arranging to his right to haul it in. And he fouls that one back.
Stay aggressive.
That one found some solid vehicle, Mike O'Donnell. Did you hear that? No doubt when it finds something solid, right? 0-2 is the count to Zach Agonis. He lays off that high one. So 1-2 is the count to the A's first baseman. And he hits a hard ball. That's going to be over Simon Jawhar's head in center field, rather. So Zach Agonis will cruise in the second with a stand-up double. And again, he hits another rocket. So again, that was number 11, Zach Agonis, first baseman, with a hard hit double over the center fielder's head. Simon Jawhar had a good break on that as well. It was just hit over his head. So this brings up Timmy Grenham, the pitcher tonight for the A's. great opportunity with Zach Agonis out there at second base.
Base hit swing, right?
So Timmy Grenham grounded out to shortstop back in the second inning. He takes the second strike from Justin Skehill. So he has to protect now. Timmy Grenham does a good job of fighting off that fastball. Justin Skehill doing a good job of working fast with runners on base. When he has the ball in his hand, he's throwing it. Timmy Grenham does a good job of laying off that high, hard one. So the count is 1-2 to the A's pitcher. He bats in the bottom of the fourth. No outs with the runner out at second. Does a good job of staying alive. I think he's going to challenge him right here, Mike O'Donnell. He's gearing up for the heater. Here it comes. And Justin Skehill steps off. 1-2 is the count. Zach Agonis out at second. They're holding him tight at second base, trying to take away that run in a 0-0 game on a single. And Timmy Grenham, good disciplined hitter, lays off that high, hard one. This is going to be a key pitch right here. Does he go back to the fastball? To the set? Delivers. That one is low. Not chasing, so the count goes to 3-2. And again, they're holding Zach Agonis close at second base. This is a 0-0 game. Both coaches anticipating a tight game, and Timmy Grenham draws a big walk. Justin Skehill being very careful about how he was pitching Timmy Grenham. This brings up number 12, Ryan Keneally, and he had a hard single to left field back in the second inning. Left-handed batter. The A's have to be aware of Justin Skehill on the mound. He moves well to the bases. He's a very smart pitcher. So Ryan Keneally takes the first one, is in there for a strike. And again, Ryan Keneally is the center fielder tonight for the A's. He swings to that fastball. So Ryan Keneally going right after Ryan. So Justin Skehill rather going right after Ryan Keneally. 0-2. He's to the set. Kicks and delivers. And he gets a big strikeout there. So that's the first out of the inning. So Ryan Keneally is retired on strikes. So this will bring up Sean Collins. He's the right fielder tonight for the A's. He had a single back in the second inning. And Zach Agonis takes off, and he's going to get third base on the block. He had a tremendous jump. And, of course, they knew Justin Skehill was starting into his delivery. So on the block, the runners move up one. So now a great opportunity for the A's. Second and third. Second and third with one out. That one is in the dirt to Sean Collins. And again, that's a live ball on the infield. So the White Sox now are going to have to be alert for pass balls. Runners at second and third, one out. Justin Skehill gets the strike. So 1-1 is the count to Sean Collins. And he swings through that one, so the count is 1-2. The infield is in for the White Sox, trying to stop that run at the plate. That one is away, so the count goes to 2-2 to the A's right fielder. This is Sean Collins. And a little number. That's a fair ball. That's a fair ball. The home plate umpire was signaling. So the A's get the first run in. That's Zach Agonis who scores from third base. So credit Sean Collins in the RBI. That's an infield single. So this will bring up Axel Ekberg. He's the left fielder tonight for the A's. And Sean Collins takes second base. So it's second and third for the A's. Justin Skehill gets that one in there to Axel Ekberg.
Aggressive, down and hard, come on.
Justin Skehill to the set, and he delivers. And that one's lifted. Miles Kidd under it out at shortstop, and he hauls that one in for the second out. So we're going to have a pinch hitter for the A's. It is the fourth inning, typically where we start to see some pinch hitters. So this is Dom Kennedy is the pinch hitter for Paul Sheehan. And that one is in there from Justin Skehill. So Dom Kennedy, big at bat here with two A's on board. Swings through that one. And that one is low. It's a nice pickup there by James Gamble, the White Sox catcher. Keeping that ball in front of him. Justin Skehill gets that one in there. So the A's are retired, but not before they take the lead 1-0. And again, they were able to get Zach Agonis across. He led off the fourth with a double to center field. Then he came in on an RBI single by Sean Collins. So we've played 4 here at the Willett. You're watching the 2019 Babe Ruth Championship Series. So we played 4, and the score is 1-0 A's, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back for top of the 5th action. And again, you're watching Game 2 of the Babe Ruth Championship Series. June 24, 2019 from the Willett. Mike O'Donnell on the camera, along with Mike Crowley bringing you all the action tonight. So this is... So this is, we have a sub. So we have a sub for Jordan Woodley. This is number 3, Dan Hatchie. So he will bat here. He's batting in the 9 position. So again, this is Dan Hatchie. Again, Tim Grenham, he's thrown a lot of strikes out there tonight for the A's. They're currently leading 1-0. Top of the 5th action from the Willett. That's lifted to center field. And nice job out there. That was Ryan Keneally, the center fielder, who hauled that one in for the A's.
Let's go. Start this up, eh?
So it's top of the order time for the White Sox. This is number 8, James Gamble. He grounded out to second base and was retired on strikes back in the 3rd. He faces Timmy Grenham for the 3rd time tonight. And he takes a ball. So currently James Gamble is ahead 1-0. Fouls that one back. Tim Grenham still throwing hard out there. He's had very good command of the strike zone tonight. Timmy Grenham with 4 strikeouts so far in the evening. Leaves that one high. So good hitters count for James Gamble. He takes that one. Is low. 3-1 is the count to the White Sox catcher. So Tim Grenham with the look, kicks and delivers. And that one is in there. So the count goes to 3-2 to James Gamble.
Let's go, Gamble. Let's go.
And he hits a hard ball through the middle. So James Gamble is on board with a single to center. So this will bring up the number 2 hitter for the White Sox. He wears number 1, Miles Kidd. He's the shortstop tonight. He went down on strikes in the first, and he grounded out to third base back in the third. He bats here in the White Sox 5th. James Gamble takes off. Miles Kidd brings it back. He's going to be safe. So now the White Sox with a great opportunity. Got their leadoff batter is all the way down to second base. Let's see if we have a little small ball here. 5th inning. James Gamble with a big lead off third. And a loose ball around home plate, and James Gamble is going to make it.
Come on, Blue!
So they're going to send James Gamble back to second. It appears that the umpire wasn't ready. So Miles Kidd steps in with James Gamble down at second. Timmy Grenham delivers. There's a ground ball to third. They look the runner back. James Gamble advances to third. So Miles Kidd is out 5-3. But he does his job. He moves that runner over. So this is the pitcher on number 7, Justin Skehill. He singled back in the first, and they went down on strikes back in the third. Faces Timmy Grenham for the 3rd time tonight. And he hits a hard grounder. That one gets through and drives in the first run of the night for the White Sox. That'll score James Gamble. So Justin Skehill does a good job of helping his own cause with the RBI single. So we're knotted up at 1. Justin Skehill, good base runner. He's down at first base. 2-step lead. Tim Grenham to the set. He delivers. And that one's flied out to shortstop where it's caught. So Michael Randall pops out to short. But the White Sox get it done, and they get a run in to even this game at 1. So we've played 4.5 here from the Willett, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back for our bottom of the 5th action. 1-1 is your score. Had a nice chat in between innings here with one of the great Babe Ruth gentleman coaches, Mr. Jack O'Donnell, and glad to hear that he's doing well. Great to see you, Jack. So the score is 1-1 and bottom of the 5th action. This is George Tolman. So he's 1 for 2. He popped out to short back in the first, and then he had a hard line drive single back in the third. He bats for the third time against Justin Skihill. He takes a strike, and he hits a hard liner to right field, and he takes a turnaround first. So George Tolman with a nice hard single to right field, and he's aboard. And those leadoff batters and runners have been the key so far tonight. So it's a tied game. We're knotted up at 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. So this will bring up number 9, Jack Cropper. He's the shortstop tonight for the Athletics. And he had a bomb to right center back in the third inning, but he was stranded out there. So he bats now with George Tolman off first. Justin Skihill has an excellent awareness on the bases. They have to really watch his feet here. The Athletics don't fall for any head fakes. He's very cagey out there. So this is Jack Cropper, an excellent line drive hitter. They're going to be very careful with him. Kicks and delivers. And George Tolman is going to steal second base. So that's a big stolen base for the A's. So Jack Cropper is going to stand in against Justin Skihill. He comes to the set and delivers. And he kind of a lazy fly to left center. This should not move the runner. And Mike Atruba hauls that one in left field. So Jack Cropper is retired on the fly out to left field. This will bring up number 10, Sean Dittmeyer. He grounded out to second back in the first, and he was retired on strikes in the third. He bats for the third time tonight. And again, all he needs to do is bleed one through, and I'm sure they'll be sending George Tolman. Justin Skihill to the set. Kicks and delivers. And that one is in at the letters. So it's 0-1 to Sean Dittmeyer. And again, he's the Athletics catcher. He's done a great job back there tonight catching Tim Grenham. He takes strike 2.
Step in, you ready? Be ready. Once you're in there, be ready.
He faces Justin Skihill with George Tolman off second. And he lays off that one, so the count is 1-2 to the A's catcher. See if he comes back to the hard stuff with a 1-2 count. And that one's very high. Trying to get Sean Dittmeyer to chase, but nothing doing. The count is 2-2 to the A's catcher. George Tolman off second. They're holding him tight. They don't want that run to score on the single. That one's fought. He fights that one off. Nice job by Sean Dittmeyer. Count remains at 2-2.
Down high, line drive, ground ball somewhere. Come on.
And that might be trouble. Oh, it's a little nubber. That's caught out at second base. And we had a loose throw in the infield. So George Tolman is going to end up over at third base. Sean Dittmeyer is out. He popped out to the second baseman, who did a nice job of getting back for that one. So this will bring up number 11, Zach Agonis, he's hit the ball hard, very hard, twice tonight. He came around to score the only Athletics run back in the fourth after he led the inning off with a double to left center. So Zach Agonis is aboard. He faces Justin Skihill. And he hits a hard ball. Is it going to stay up? And it does. And he hit it so hard, it stayed up. And it's caught out there in center field. So that's the last out. So Zach Agonis lined hard to center field. And the A's leave that runner at third base in George Tolman. So we've played 5 here at the Willett in game number 2 of the 2019 Babe Ruth Championship Series, all knotted up at 1. And we'll be right back.
Stop by the Norwood Morrill Memorial Library and check out magazines, newspapers, DVDs, and of course, books. The library also offers a variety of services, including passport renewal, a notary, and tutoring, with multiple different meeting rooms which can be booked for your convenience. Take advantage of online digital resources and get assistance with all of your research needs. Kids can enjoy the children's room stocked with books and toys. There are also a variety of programs for children and adults. And if you can't make it into the library can come to you with home delivery. The library is open Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and on Fridays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. To learn more, go to www.norwoodlibrary.org.
All right, and we're back for top of the sixth action here. You're watching game number 2 of the 2019 Babe Ruth Championship Series. We're all knotted up at 1. This is White Sox against the A's. Mike O'Donnell on camera, along with Mike Crowley, bringing you all the action tonight for NCM Sports. And this is the left fielder, number 10, Mike Katruba. He's officially over 2 on the night, went down on strikes back in the first, and he grounded out to second base in the fourth. He bats against Timmy Grenham for the third time, and he lays off that high one. He's had an outstanding night defensively for the White Sox. And that's touched foul. So the count will be 1-1 when Mike Truba returns to the batter's box. Again, you're watching a 1-1 game. June 24, 2019 from the Willett. It's been a dandy of a Game 2 championship game. And he reaches out a little bit, goes to Zach Agonis down at first, and he'll take that one 3 unassisted for the first out. This will bring up, we'll have a pinch hitter for Simon Jaha. This is going to be number 2, Dylan Barron. So he bats in place of Simon Jaha here in the 6th inning. It's one of the things that the Babe Ruth coaches really do a great job at, is no easy task to get all those players in. And Dylan takes a good swing at that one, and he's currently down to Timmy Grenham. So 1-2 is the count to Dylan Barron. Does a good job of laying off that pitch, so the count goes to 2-2. Again, top of the 6th action from the Willett, game number 2 of the Babe Ruth Championship Series 2019. And that was a tick. Dylan Barron does a good job of getting a piece of that one.
Got it ready, come on. Hey,
And he swings through that one, so he is retired on strikes.
All right, Brown, your turn, kid.
So this will bring up number 11, Ethan Brownbill.
Let's go, Brown. You're staying back now. Let's go.
He's the third baseman tonight for the White Sox.
Attaboy.
He takes that one for a ball. So 1-0 is the count to Ethan Brownbill. That one is in there from Timmy Grenham, so the count goes to 1-1.
All right, Brownie, your turn now. Let's go. Hey, 11, here we go.
Takes that one up high. And he gets that one in there. Timmy Grenham has spotted that fastball very well tonight when he's needed to. The count goes to 2-2 to Ethan Brownbill. Just outside, so the count goes full. to the White Sox third baseman, number 11, Ethan Brownbill. He swings through that breaking pitch. That's something that Timmy Grenham has done very well. You can see him being a smart pitcher out there. He's working the breaking pitch in more as the game goes on. So nothing across for the White Sox in the sixth. And they were tied 1-2-3. So we played 5.5 here from the Willett with your score White Sox 1, Athletics 1, and we'll be right back.
Do you want to stay up to date with Nord Community Media? Then subscribe to our weekly NCM newsletter. Every Friday, our promotions department publishes an online newsletter that highlights the work of NCM and the latest happenings. It includes the full episode of Norwood News, recent clips from NCM programs, behind-the-scenes photos, and so much more. NCM works hard to deliver a steady stream of Norwood content, and this newsletter is another way to stay connected to Norwood. To receive the newsletter, just visit www.norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Scroll to the bottom of the page, click the Sign Up for our newsletter button, and enter some basic information. You'll then be added to our newsletter mailing list. It's all here on Norwood Community Media, your home for all things Norwood.
All right, and we're back for bottom of the sixth inning from the Willett. This is game number 2 of the 2019 Babe Ruth Championship Series. Justin Skihill faces Tim Grenham. Tim Grenham takes a strike 1. The game is tied at 1. Hard hit ball down the third. And Timmy Grenham is going to reach. And what an excellent play by that White Sox catcher. That was very impressive. He actually caught the overthrow at first base. That is impressive. Wow, that is good baseball here at the Babe Ruth level, Mike. Very impressive. So Timmy Grenham is aboard with an infield single. So this is number 12, Ryan Keneally, who showed bunt, but then he pulled it back. So the A's have their first runner aboard here in the bottom of the sixth. It's a 1-1 game. And the bunt is down, and it's a nice one right in front of home plate. And they get the runner at first, but most importantly, they move Timmy Grenham over. The A's playing some good small ball here. That was an excellent sacrifice bunt by number 12, Ryan Keneally. Again, the A's are good at small ball. It's what good teams do. Now they have a nice opportunity with Sean Collins at the bat. And he takes a fastball inside. Sean Collins is the right fielder tonight. He's officially 2 for 2. So Justin Skihill is going to have to be careful with him. Timmy Grenham off second base. That one is inside. So 2-0 is the count to Sean Collins. And he hits a screamer foul down the third base side. So the count goes to 1-2, or rather 2-1 rather to Sean Collins. He's the A's right fielder. He steps in against Justin Skihill. And he takes that strike at the knees. So 2-2 is the count. Timmy Grenham down at second base. About a 3-step lead off second. Trying to score on that single. And Sean Collins swings through that high, hard one. So there's 1 out, actually 2 out in the A's sixth. This will bring up Axel Ekberg. And he takes a strike. So he takes a strike from Justin Skihill. So Timmy Grenham steals third. Had a big jump on that. So a nice opportunity for Axel Ekberg. He's the left fielder tonight for the A's. So he bats with a runner at third. 1-1 game, 2 outs. This is where those pass balls are very important late in the game. And that's popped right at the plate. And James Gamble, very sure-handed, gets a big out. So nothing across for the A's. They do strand a runner at third. We've played 6 innings here in game number 2 of the 2019 Babe Ruth Championship Series, and we're all knotted up at 1. So we'll be right back with 7th inning action. All right, and we're back, everyone, with game number 2, Babe Ruth Championship Series action 2019. This is the top of the 7th from the Willett. We're all knotted up at 1. And Timmy Grenham has really been the story for the A's tonight. He has 10 strikeouts through 6 innings. Slow grounder to short. That's going to be an infield hit for Joe Petrozelli. He wears number 6. He's the second baseman. So the White Sox get the leadoff runner on. And again, that was a slow grounder. So Joe Petrozelli is on board.
All right, Noah, let's go.
So this will be number 13, Noah Bodette, who is batting with the runner off of first. He squares, and he gets it down. Tim Grenham thought about going to second, but there was really no play. Number 13, Noah Bodette, with an excellent sacrifice bunt. He does his job. He gets that runner down to second base, and now the White Sox are threatening with the runner at second in a 1-1 game. Brings up James Gamble. So an excellent sacrifice bunt by number 13, Noah Bodette. So James Gamble officially is 1 for 3 on the day. He had a single, and he came around to score the lone White Sox run back in the 5th. He's been excellent defensively for the White Sox. Great opportunity for the White Sox. And he fouls that one off. I'm surprised they're actually giving Joe Petrozelli a lot of room off second base. Really not holding him at all. He's 4+ steps. Just a single. He should be able to score. So James Gamble takes that one away. And that breaking pitch is low. So 3-1 is the count to James Gamble. They're going to have to be very careful here. Good line drive hitter. See Timmy Grenham rubbing it up out there. Now he steps in. Comes to the set. Kicks and delivers. And he gets the inside corner. So the count goes to 3-2 to James Gamble, the leadoff hitter for the White Sox. Again, he's scored the only run for the White Sox tonight. It's a 1-1 game, but the White Sox are threatening. And he fouls that one at the plate. This is a big at-bat for the White Sox. Runner at second, 1 out. And he gets the ground ball to first. Zach Agonis is going to have to hustle, and he's not going to be able to get there. So this will bring up Miles Kidd. So the White Sox have 2 aboard in the top of the 7th. Runners at the corners. And Coach Hawley calling the infield in to make sure everyone is on the same page. Big moment in this game, and again, it's currently 1-1. Top of the 7th with 1 out. Runners at the corners for the White Sox. This will be number 1, Miles Kidd, who will be up next. He's the shortstop. He's officially 0 for 3 on the night. He was retired on strikes back in the 1st, and then he grounded out to third base back in the 3rd and also in the 5th. So he's been going to the left side for sure. So nice opportunity for the White Sox. Runners at the corners. So they're bringing the infield in. Going to try and cut down that run at the plate. Joe Petrozelli is off third for the White Sox. That ball is going to stay fair, and a beautiful bunt. Textbook bunt by Miles Kidd. That is just good baseball. That is just plain good baseball. Nobody was going to have a play on that bunt, so Miles Kidd gets it done for the White Sox. Joe Petrozelli comes around to score the go-ahead run. The White Sox have runners at first and second, and that ball is hit hard in the gap. That's going to easily hit the wall. So that scores James Gamble. And they're going to send Miles Kidd, and he's going to be safe. It's going to be safe all around. So James Gamble and Miles Kidd come around to score on that bomb to right center by Justin Skehill. So 2 runs in this inning for the White Sox.
I need something in the outfield now. Let's go.
So James Gamble and Miles Kidd come around on that 2 RBI double, and they're sending the runner. So it looks like they were coming on the squeeze all the way, but it was fouled off. This is Michael Randall, who's the batter. He swings through that one, so he's down 0-2.
Hey, what's the funny one now? Let's go.
So 0-2 is the count to Michael Randall. Justin Skehill off third. Nice job by the A's catcher to keep that in the infield. That's Sean Dittmeyer, saved a run there.
Watch that spin out of his hand now. Let's go.
So this is Michael Randall. He's officially 1 for 3 on the night. And he's retired on strikes. So this will bring up number 10, Mike Katruba.
Go, Truba, your turn now. Let's go.
So he's hit it to the right side 3 of 4 times tonight. He swings through that fastball.
Michael, no reaching this time. Let's go, kid. Hey, Michael, make sure you're ready.
And Timmy Grenham going right after Mike Katruba. And that one is a ball.
Go, Truba. Try something, kid. Woo, Truba, get here! Get here! Get here! Get here!
So Mike Katruba is retired. But not before the White Sox get 3 runs in the top of the 7th. So they're currently up 4-1. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Chief Bill Brooks of the Norwood Police Department. The men and women of the Norwood PD are committed to protecting you and to providing you with top quality service. We're busy. Norwood is a nice town, but in any given 24-hour cycle, we handle anywhere from 65 to 90 radio calls and officer-initiated events. We patrol the town's 10 square miles, including over 100 miles of roadways. Our traffic enforcement focuses on places where crashes have occurred, neighborhoods where residents have reported chronic violations, and offenses that impact crashes, like speed, texting, running stop signs and red lights, and failing to yield to pedestrians. When we're not tied up on calls, we work hard to build relationships with members of the community. So you'll see our officers out walking footbeats, checking in with merchants, and stopping at sporting events to chat with kids. We believe that every resident should know, or at least feel like they know, a member of our department. So if you see us, stop and say hello. We'd love to chat with you. On behalf of the men and women of the Norwood Police Department, it's our pleasure to serve you.
All right, and we're back for bottom of the seventh action. You're watching Game 2 of the 2019 Babe Ruth Championship Series. It's the White Sox against the A's here in Game 2. The White Sox broke it open with 3 runs in the top of the 7th. They're currently leading 4-1. So the A's come up here in the bottom of the 7th. And this is number 1, Paul Sheehan. He's the second baseman tonight for the A's. He bats against Justin Skehill. Justin Skehill has gone the distance for the White Sox. And again, it was a 1-1 game up until the top of the 7th. It's been a well-played game. A lot of hard-hit balls, some good defense. But the White Sox got it done on a big hit in the top of the 7th, and they played some small ball after that. So this is Paul Sheehan, the second baseman for the Athletics, and he fouls that one off.
Up on that plate, right? Come on.
So Paul Sheehan is officially 0 for 1 on the evening. Dom Canidi batted in this slot back in the 4th. Justin Skehill to the set, and he delivers. And that's a hard hit ball, and that's going to get through. So the A's have the leadoff runner on in the bottom of the 7th. Nice piece of hitting there by number 1, Paul Sheehan. So here's a single up the middle. This brings up number 6, George Tolman, who has just been a wrecking ball for the A's tonight. He's officially 2 for 3 on the evening, but he's put the bat on it 3 times. He hits that one to the right side. That's deep in the hole, and that one is everybody's gonna be safe on that one. George Tolman again puts the bat on it. So he gets an infield single. And this brings up a very dangerous hitter for the A's, the number 2 hitter, Jack Cropper. And he has hit the ball on a line the entire night. He's lined out to left field twice. And he had a line double into the gap in right center back in the 3rd inning. So they're going to have to be really careful with him here. He faces Justin Skehill with 2 runners on, no outs. That one is away. So 1-1 is the count to Jack Cropper. He's the shortstop for the A's. He's had a great game defensively as well. And he hits a kind of a lazy fly to center. That should be an out. Simon Jahar is there. The runner takes off. Excellent throw by Simon Jahar. And it's a good thing they didn't send him, because Simon Jahar has a cannon for an arm. He would have been out by a mile. So Jack Cropper with the fly out to center field. Excellent throw by Simon Jahar. This brings up number 10, Sean Dittmeyer, the catcher for the A's. And he's put the bat on it twice tonight. So he bats with 1 out. Justin Skehill gets the first one in there. Justin Skehill gives Paul Sheehan and George Tolman a look. That one is lined in left field. That one may drop. Oh, what a catch. That was a catch by Micah Trouba, and he doubles off Paul Sheehan at second base. What an ending. What a fantastic ending. Micah Trouba has had one of the best nights defensively I've ever seen by a Babe Ruth left fielder. He has moved so well to his right. He's moved so well to his left. And on that one, he went over and he kept a sinking liner off the ground, off the bat of number 10, Sean Dittmeyer. Then he stands up and doubles the runner off second. So kudos to the White Sox. They have evened this series at 1 game apiece. It's a best-of-3 series. So again, you've been watching Game 2 action of the 2019 Babe Ruth Championship Series. congrats to those White Sox on a 4-1 win over the A's. It's been Mike O'Donnell on the camera along with Mike Crowley bringing you all this great action for NCM Sports. And we will see you again next time, everyone, from the Willet.